Good morning and happy Friday. Welcome to another edition of Strength and Mobility with me, Andy, the health and fitness specialist over in Bedford. We're going to get into it today, try to finish off the week strong. We got a three-part circuit, so 3 circuits this time with 3 different exercises each that we will run through 3 times. Cut it a little bit short, doing this new format. We ran over a little bit late on time last time, so see how this works out for us today. And we're just going to dial it in. We're going to start with our full body stretch, but before we get started, I did want to mention that we at the Fitness Center have started a new member engagement program, Passport to Fitness, that will be running throughout the month of August. It's a cool program where you do different kind of exercises, attend group fitness classes, things will get pushed out throughout the week. They can earn you points on your passport, and I think there's going to be prizes at the end for those who participate. And rank at the top of this point system that'll be involved. So if that's something that you're interested in, we've got a decent amount of signups now, but the more the merrier in this kind of thing. The more challenging it becomes, the more people get involved. So if you want to go ahead and join up, feel free to email fitness@miter.org. You can comment on this video and I'll make sure that you get put in the right direction, or just come down to one of the fitness centers. Any of us would be happy to help you get signed up. So with that, let's get right into it. We're going to start with our full body stretch. We're going top to bottom, so we're tucking our chin, standing up nice and tall, tucking our chin down towards our chest, and we're just rolling our neck to one side. And go in the other direction. All right, then we're going to go one arm across. Switch. For today's circuit, or round of exercises, all you're really going to need is a mat and a set of dumbbells. You'll notice I have 2 sets of dumbbells. There's an exercise later on. Actually, disregard that. That was part of the circuit that I ended up taking out. So yeah, just a set of dumbbells or 2 like-sized objects that you can move around with relative ease. And then I always recommend, having some water nearby. We're switching to a tricep stretch, so pulling down on our elbow, down towards our back. I hope everybody's had a nice week thus far. It's getting hot, at least here on the East Coast. And switch. All right, we're gonna get down on the mat, and we're gonna get into a lunge position. We'll lean back to get the hamstring of that front leg. And switch. And lean it back. All right, we'll get down into a butterfly. And flat on our back, bringing one knee to the chest. And switch. All right, now finish it off with some back extensions. into an arch. All right, we'll get a quick 30-second jog in place. Just get the blood pumping. All right, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take this time to make sure you got everything you need. Anything that might still feel a little stiff, get a quick stretch. Make sure you got your water nearby. I'm gonna open this window, it's getting a little warm. We'll get started with shoulder press here in a few moments. So for today, the way it's going to look, I'm going to demonstrate the exercise and then put 30 seconds on the clock. And we'll just roll through that for all 3 exercises. We'll do that 3 times. All right, so for shoulder press, this is an exercise that you can do standing, seated, or kneeling. I'm doing my kneeling, so I'm looking to get up on my knees. I'm trying to keep my upper half up nice and tall. I bring the dumbbells up by my shoulders, and you just press straight up and back down. Big thing is we want to try to keep it in the same slot. We don't want to be back or too much forward. It's a straight up and down exercise. Nice and controlled movement up and back down. All right, we got 30 seconds and begin. So if you're standing, same concept applies. You just want to keep a nice straight base. You're upright and straight up, straight down. If you're seated in a chair, same thing. Keep your back tight to that chair, straight up and straight down. And we're about halfway through our 30 seconds, so keep pushing. All right, we got 3, 2, and 1. All right, good job. So now we got standing oblique crunches. I'm going to demonstrate. You can take a little breather. So I got hands behind my head. And the objective is to get opposite elbow to opposite knee in alternating left and right fashion. You should feel a good workout of these obliques. So we got 30 seconds on the clock starting in 3, 2, and 1. So again, alternating left and right, hands behind your head, trying to get those elbows to that opposite knee. In a good crunching motion, find that rhythm, going left and right, alternating. We're about halfway through. All right, 3, 2, and 1. All right, good job. Take a little breather while I demonstrate goblet squats. So for the goblet squat, you'll see I have the dumbbell. I'm holding it inverted right in front of my chest with 2 hands. I get into my squat position, which is feet just past shoulder width apart, toes pointed slightly out, and I'm going to get into a nice, I'm just seeing, one of my cats is outside, I just saw. Anyway, sorry. So we get into a nice deep squat position. We want to keep our back up straight, and then we drive back up into that straight up and down position, holding the dumbbell in the same goblet squat position the entire time. All right, we got 30 seconds starting in 3, 2, and 1. All right, so again, dumbbells held right in front of you. We want to make sure that we're working to keep our back up nice and straight as we get into our squatting position and drive those legs back up. About halfway through, so keep working. Find that good rhythm, up and down. All right, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. All right, take about 20 seconds in between sets, and then we're going to get into round 2 of this circuit. Again, I'll reiterate the demonstration on how things should look, and then we'll put 30 seconds on the clock. All right, so again, we got round 2 of shoulder press. So I'm doing mine kneeling, so I'm on my knees, up nice and tall. I get my dumbbells up right by my shoulders, and I'm just pressing them straight up and back down into the same slot. And I'm doing it nice and controlled. All right, so if you're doing it standing, the same concept applies, same as sitting, keeping up that back nice and straight, and the dumbbells go up and down into the same slot. So we got 30 seconds on the clock starting in 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're about halfway through, so we're working, maybe as fatigue sets in, we're working to keep that dumbbell into the same slot going up and back down, keeping our backs up straight. All right, we got 3, 2, and 1. All right, good job. So now we are, actually we're still standing because we got standing oblique crunches. Again, hands start behind our head. Objective is to get opposite elbow to opposite knee. And then alternating left and right. Pretty standard. So we got 30 seconds on the clock, starting in 3, 2, and 1. Big thing here is just trying to find that good rhythm, flow, or it's just left, right, finding your balance, keeping a steady pace as you go. We're about halfway there now. All right, we got 3, 2, and 1. All right, take a little break while I demonstrate Goblet Squat for the second time here. So again, the Goblet Squat hold, dumbbell is inverted. I'm holding the bell of the dumbbell right in front of my chest. I get into my squatting position, feet just above, shoulder width apart, toes pointed slightly out, and I'm wanting to keep my back straight as I dive down into the squat position and then drive back straight up. We got 30 seconds on the clock in 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're at that halfway mark. Make sure as fatigue sets in, you're working to keep your back up straight. All right, 3, 2, and 1. All right, good job. We are through 2 sets of circuit 1, so let's get a 20-second break in, and then we will finish off circuit 1, our last round of these 3 exercises. All right, here we go. Once again, dumbbell shoulder press. I am kneeling for these, so I'm up nice and tall, and my big cue is that I want to keep my dumbbells going straight up and back down in a nice controlled movement into the same slot as close as possible. If you're doing it standing or seated, the same rules apply. We're keeping our backs up nice and straight. If you're against the chair, keep that back tall against the chair. We got 30 seconds on the clock in 3, 2, and 1. So we're in round 3. This is where, again, fatigue can set in. Shoulders might be getting a little tired. If you got to slow it down to keep that good form, by all means do so. We're more worried about making it look like it's supposed to rather than speed. So if you have to slow it down, that is just all right. We're more than halfway through here, so get the last couple good form reps in. And 3, 2, and 1. All right, so now we got standing oblique crunches, our last set of these. Again, we start standing nice and tall, feet about shoulder width apart. We're putting our hands behind our head. Our objective is getting opposite elbow to opposite knee, and then alternating left and right. Getting a good oblique crunch in, and we got 30 seconds on the clock. In 3, 2, and 1. Again, as fatigue sets in, you might find that your balance isn't as what it was in the first round. So again, if you have to slow it down to make sure that your form looks good and that you're doing it the right way, that is totally okay. We're about halfway through, so work to get those good reps in. And we're going to be done with this set and move on to our last round of goblet squats. All right, we got 3, 2, and 1. Alrighty, here we go. Last set of goblet squats again. I got the dumbbell inverted. I'm holding the bell right in front of me with 2 hands. And then I get into my squatting position, feet about just above shoulder width apart, toes point slightly outward. And I'm getting deep into my squat and driving the hips and legs back up, keeping my back straight throughout the motion. All right, here we go. We got 30 seconds on the clock, starting in 3, 2, and 1. All right. Last exercise for circuit 1. Fatigue might be setting in. This is a tough one. We got legs, so again, keep focus on the form, mainly keeping our back up nice and tall, trying to get as deep into that squat as we can to get the most out of the exercise. We got 10 seconds left, so push to get a couple more good form movements in. 3, 2, and 1. All right, so that is it for circuit 1. We're going to take about a minute break in between, get a good sip of water, stretch out anything that just feels a little bit tight, grab a towel or whatever, get this out away, and then we'll get into circuit 2, which is kind of our mobility-based circuit. We got kickbacks, side-to-side lunges, and leg lifts for circuit 2. So again, anyone who might have joined late, we at the Fitness Center are putting out a member engagement program for the month of August called Passport to Fitness. If that's something you find interesting, it's a kind of a challenge-based thing where there'll be different exercises that'll get you points. Attending group fitness classes, both virtual, I believe, and I know in person, will get you points. So if you're already doing that kind of stuff, I would definitely recommend signing up because you'll get the points regardless, just kind of doing what you're already doing. So if you're looking to sign up, you can contact the fitness email at fitness@minor.org. If you'd like to comment on this video, I'll make sure you get pointed in the right direction or come down to one of the fitness centers and any of us would be happy to help you get signed up. All right, let's get into circuit 2. We're starting off with kickbacks. So I got my knees under my hips, my arms or my hands are down just in front of my shoulders to give myself enough room to drive my knee forward towards my chest and then kick my leg straight back out. And we're going to be alternating left and right for 30 seconds, starting in 3, 2, and 1. All right, again, the knee drives up towards the chest and then kicks straight back out. You should feel your glute really engage at the back of the rep as you kick straight back out. And we're about halfway through. All right, we got 3, 2, and 1. All right, take a little break while I demonstrate these side-to-side lateral sways, lunges, whatever you want to call them. I'm just getting into a good sturdy split stance position here, and I'm going to be getting into my left hip, swaying over into my right hip, looking to find a good rhythm and flow here. testing my hip mobility, looking to find the end points, maybe get past them as we get a little bit more mobile. All right, but we got 30 seconds on the clock in 3, 2, and 1. So again, swaying side to side, get to the end range of each hip mobility on the left and right. Maybe you'll find as you get a little looser, it'll get a little easier. You can challenge yourself. We're about halfway through though. All right, we got 3, 2, and 1. All right, then we're down on the mat for everybody's favorite. We got leg lifts. So I got hands by my side. I'm going to start lifting my legs to a 45-degree angle, and I'm back down to about 6 inches off the ground. Go back up and down, finding a good motion, good rhythm, up and down. Pretty straightforward, but it's a burner. So we got 30 seconds on the clock, starting in 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're about halfway through. Again, find that good kind of flow where it's just up and down. If you have to hold at the bottom or the top to rest, by all means, just don't let your feet touch the ground. We got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right, I know those are fun. Take about 20 seconds. Then we'll get into round 2 of circuit 2, starting with kickbacks. I will demonstrate once again, and we'll put 30 seconds on the clock. All right, so here we go. We got kickbacks. I got my knees right under my hips, my hands down about a little bit in front of my shoulders to give myself room to drive my knee up towards my chest, and then kick my leg straight back, alternating left and right. And we got these for 30 seconds, starting in 3, 2, and 1. Again, with these, they're a pretty straightforward movement. Just trying to find a good pace to alternate that left and right. Make sure we're driving that knee up towards our chest, kicking that leg straight back out, feeling our glute engage at the end as we get out to extension. We're just over halfway through. All right, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. So I want to demonstrate these side-to-side sways. Take a little break. So I'm starting in this sturdy split stance position, and I'm going to sway over to my left, get into that hip, and then sway over to my right, getting into that hip, testing my end range. For my hip mobility, back and forth, finding a good rhythm, good flow, left and right, getting to the end ranges, starting in 3, 2, and 1. All right, we are just about halfway through round 1 or round 2. Just make sure that you're finding that good motion back and forth, and you're not getting too out of loop here, losing your balance, but we're only at 3, 2, and 1. So we're back down on the mat. We got leg lifts. We're flat on the ground, hands by our side, getting up to a 45-degree angle, and then back down to about 6 inches. And we're up and down for the next 30 seconds, starting in 3, 2, and 1. All right, we are about halfway through round 2 of circuit 2. Let's try to keep that good form. If you have to rest at the bottom or the top of the rep, that's okay. 3, 2, and 1. All right, take about 20 seconds, and then we're going to get into our final round of this circuit of exercises. All right, again, for our kickbacks, we are starting with our knees down under our hips, hands out, down in front of our shoulders to give ourselves some room to drive our knee up towards our chest and kick it straight back out, alternating left and right. We want to feel the igniting of the glute as we get back to extension. All right, but we're starting in 3, 2, and 1. All right, so we got halfway through this last set here. Make sure that we're keeping that good momentum, left and right, getting that good extension to the back, finishing off strong here. We got 3, 2, and 1. All right, next we got these side to side sways. One more time, starting off from this split stance position. And again, we want to get down into our end range for the left hip, swaying over to the right, getting into that end range for the right hip. And again, we just want to find that good flow left and right, testing the end ranges, bouncing back and forth, not allowing ourselves to get off balance. But we got 30 seconds on the clock for the last time for these. In 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're about halfway through. Want to make sure that we're getting into that good rhythm, back and forth, not getting off balance, finding the end ranges of our hip mobility, testing them, pushing past them if we're able. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right, so we are down on the mat for our final round of leg lifts. Everybody's favorite. Let's finish them off strong. All right, here we go. So I'm getting up. Well, first off, I'm flat on my back, legs out straight, hands by my side. I'm getting up to a 45-degree angle, back down to 6 inches, so up and down for the next 30 seconds, starting in 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're almost halfway there. We want to make sure that we're keeping that good up and down motion here. We don't want to be losing. We got 5 seconds left. I lost my train of thought on that one. I won't even lie. 3, 2, and 1. All right, good job. That's circuit 2 for us in the books. Let's take about a minute rest, and we'll get into our final circuit. Circuit 3, mostly upper body stuff, tricep extensions, but then we got single leg deadlift to knee drive and dumbbell curls to finish us off. So let's take that minute, get your water, wipe the sweat away, whatever you got to do, and I will demonstrate our first round of exercises. All right, so we got tricep extensions for our first exercise of circuit 3. Again, these are one that can be done standing, seated, or kneeling. I'm doing mine kneeling, so I'm on my knees with a nice sturdy base, upright, trying to get my upper half nice and tall. I'm going to invert the dumbbell behind my head, holding it with 2 hands, similar to a goblet hold. And I'm going to be dipping it down my back with flexed elbows, and then extending those elbows out to extend the dumbbell up over my head. Big thing here is just that elbow flexion, doing the work to ignite those triceps. So we got 30 seconds on the clock, starting in 3, 2, and 1. All right, so we're about just under halfway through. Again, we want to make sure we're staying up nice and tall, whether we're standing, seated, or kneeling. Getting that good elbow flexion to extension. All right, we got 3, 2, and 1. All right, so next we got single leg deadlifts to knee drag. So the start of this should look like this. I got my right leg out front. I'm going to be reaching with my opposite hand, my left hand, going straight down in front, and then I'm driving that left knee and right arm forward. Boom. And you can alternate left and right on these. All right, so for this one, I'm going to call out 15 seconds in case you want to do a couple reps right and then a couple reps left. It's a little bit more difficult to alternate left to right on this one, I won't lie. So we're going to start our 30-second count in 3, 2, and 1. This is an exercise of balance, but also really getting in those hamstrings. So if you lose your balance, that's okay. Just reset, try again. If you've seen me do these, you know I lose my balance quite often. That's okay. All right, we got 15 seconds right now. So if you're switching to your left, go ahead. Again, working to really be explosive on that drive up. All right, we got 3, 2, and 1. All right, lastly, we got dumbbell curls. So I'm going to do mine standing. You can do these seated or kneeling as well, but I just got to make sure that standing, I have a nice sturdy base. I get the dumbbells neutral on my side, and you can do these really any way you want. If you want to just do kind of like standard 2-arm curls, that's okay. If you want to do alternating left and right, that's fine too. If you want to do hammer curls, reverse curls, whatever you decide you want to do today, that is totally fine. But we got 30 seconds on the clock, starting in 3, 2, and 1. All right, whichever kind of curls you're doing, just make sure that you're keeping your back nice and straight. Really trying to isolate our arms for this movement. So we got 3, 2, and 1. All right, take about 20 seconds, and we'll get into round 2 of circuit 3. We're almost done with strength and mobility for your Friday morning. I hope you're feeling good this far. We're going to finish strong. All right, here we go. We got round 2, tricep extensions. So again, I'm kneeling for these, but whether you're standing, seated, or kneeling, same rules apply. We're trying to keep our upper half nice and straight as we invert the dumbbell behind our head, starting with extension, getting into elbow flexion, down towards our back, and then extending back out to ignite our triceps at the top of the rep. All right, you got 30 seconds on the clock, starting in 3, 2, and 1. Again, as fatigue sets in, make sure that we're working on our form, trying to keep upright with our upper half, working on keeping our elbow flexion somewhat tight to our head, and our extension straight up. We're well beyond halfway through. We got 3, 2, and 1. All right, next we got single leg deadlifts to knee drive. So again, I'm starting with my right foot out in front of me. I'm reaching down with my left hand, reaching down and a little bit across, and then I'm driving my left knee and right arm forward. If you're going to alternate left and right, that's okay. Again, I'll call out the 15-second mark. If you want to do 15 seconds going one way, get a couple reps in. Last 15 seconds with the other leg. That's cool. So we got 30 seconds on the clock in 3, 2, and 1. Again, this is a balance-based exercise. So if you lose your balance, that's okay. Just reset, try to find your center, Start again. We're about halfway through here. All right, we got 3, 2, and 1. All right, we got dumbbell curls. Again, I'm doing my standing. I got my feet shoulder width apart. And any way you'd like to do them, if you want to do 2 at a time going up, if you want to alternate left and right, that's all right. Biggest thing is we want to isolate our arm for the exercise. We don't want to be kipping up. We're, leaning up into this. We want to make sure we have a weight that we can just move with our arms. Keep our shoulders relatively still. All right, we got 30 seconds on the clock, starting in 3, 2, and 1. All right, about halfway through, just make sure as fatigue sets in, you keep that good form. We don't want to be swaying back and forth, kipping up. All right, we got 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right, we got 20 seconds before we finish off our last round of Circuit 3, thus concluding strength and mobility for your Friday morning. All right, here we go. We got our last round of tricep extensions. So I'm kneeling, I'm up nice and tall. Same rules apply if you're seated or standing. I'm gonna keep our upper half nice and tall. I got the dumbbell inverted, holding the barbell or the bell of the dumbbell behind my head. I'm extending from elbow flexion straight up, flexing the elbows down. And we got 30 seconds on the clock in 3, 2, and 1. All right, as fatigue might be setting in, make sure that we're keeping up nice and tall. Working on keeping a good steady flow of the up and down movement for our or our elbow flexion. We're well beyond halfway through here. We got 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's get our last set of single leg deadlifts. I got my right leg out in front, so I'm going to be reaching with my left hand, reaching down, driving my left knee and right arm forward. Same applies for the left. Reaching with my right arm, driving that right leg and left arm forward. All right, we got 30 seconds on the clock in 3, 2, and 1. All right, make sure we're keeping our balance. If you do get off balance, just reset. We're at 15 seconds now, so if you're switching left and right, go ahead. All right, we got 3, 2, and 1. All right, here we go. We're finishing off with our last round of dumbbell curls. So I'm standing for 9. If you're seated or kneeling, it doesn't matter. Same rules apply. We want to isolate the arms for this rep, or for this exercise. So you can do 2 at a time coming up, or you can do alternating left and right. Biggest thing is that we don't want to have to like arch our back and swing, or lean to one side and swing. If you're doing that, you might have too heavy of a weight. We really want to isolate the arms for this exercise to get the most squeeze out of the biceps and the most out of the rep. With that, we are finishing strong here in 3, 2, and 1. Again, this is our last rep for the day. Fatigue might be setting in, but let that feeling of being almost done come over you and get this last couple of reps in with proper form, isolating the arms, working to really squeeze those biceps for the last 10 seconds here. We got 3, 2, and 1. That is going to do it for our circuits for strength and mobility here on your Friday morning. You did great. I hope you feel awesome. I hope you feel like you're a little stronger, a little bit more mobile than you were when you woke up this morning, ready to go into the weekend, feeling good. And we're going to get into our cool down here in a minute. Take a few moments, grab some water, grab a towel, whatever you need. And then we'll get into a quick cool down and send you on your way to complete the rest of your Friday meetings, whatever you got to finish off the week. I hope they go well. Yeah, all right. So for our cool down, we're just going to start nice and tall. We're going to pull from one side of the head to the opposite arm side. I'm going to hold this for a few moments. And then we're going to switch to the other side. All right, now we're going to get a good tricep stretch. And switch. All right, moving on down, we got our lunge. Oh, my knee pops every time. So we're leaning into that front leg. We're leaning back to get the hamstring of that front leg. And switch. And leaning back. All right. Go one leg in, one leg out straight. And switch. All right, we'll finish it off with some back extensions. And into an arch. All right, that is going to do it for Strength and Mobility on your Friday morning. Once again, I'm Andy, the Health and Fitness Specialist in Bedford. I hope you got something out of this morning. We're going to the weekend feeling good. So I will reiterate for anyone who didn't catch it at the beginning or halfway through, if you would like to join our latest member engagement program at the fitness center, we have our Passport to Fitness. We're rolling out at the start of August. We have quite a few signups already. It's kind of a point system thing where you earn points by doing specific exercises throughout the week, joining exercise classes, both live and virtual, and a few other ways. If that sounds like something you're interested in, or if you're already doing those things and want to gain points towards them for this, and possibly win prizes at the end of the month for the top earners, feel free to email fitness@minder.org, reach out in the comments of this video, and I'll make sure you get in touch with the right person, or just come down to the fitness center and we'll get you signed up. And with that, hope everybody has a nice week, the rest of the week and weekend. I will see you guys Monday for Strength and Mobility.